Shut up! You shut up, Percival, Wemyss, Madison would not shut up. Aspiring had been tipped far beyond the reach of authority or even physical intimidation. The crying went on. Breath after breath, and dismayed to sustain him, operating as if he were melted to it. Shut up! For now the littleness were no longer silent. They were reminded of their personality, sorrow, and perhaps felt themselves to share in a sorrow that was universally. They began to cry in sympathy, two of them almost as loud as Percival. Miracle saved them. He cried out, "Look at me!" He pretended to fall over. He rubbed his rump and sat on the twister so that he fell in the grass. He downed badly, but perceptibly, and the other nodded and sniffed and laughed. Personally, they were all laughing so absolutely that they began joined in. Jack was the fire to make himself heard. He had not got the conch, and this spoke against the rules. But nobody minded. And what about the best? Something strange was happening to Percival. He yawned and staggered so that Jack seized and shook him. "Where does the pest live?" Percival sagged in Jack's grip. "That's a slave beast," said Piggy, jeering. "If it can hide on this island, Jack been everywhere. Where could the beast live? Beast my foot." Percival muttered something, and the assembly tough again laughed. Learned forward. "What does he say?" Jack listened to Percival's answer and then let go of him. Percival relaxed, surrounded by the comfortable persons of human, fell in the long grass and went to sleep. Jack cleared his throat, then reported casually, "He says the best come out of the sea." The last laugh died away. Laugh turned involution, a block, a human figure against the lagoon. The assembly looked with him. Consider the vast stretch of water, the high sea beyond, and now an indigo of infinite possibility heard silently the soar and whisper from the reef. Murica spoke so loudly that they jumped. "Daddy said they haven't found all the animals in the sea yet." Argument started again. Olaf held out the glimmering conch, and Miracle took it obediently. The meeting spaced. "I mean, when Jack says you can't be frightened because people are frightened anyway, that's all right. But when he said there is only big on this island, I expect he is right, but he doesn't know. Not really, not certainly. I mean, Miracle took a breath. My daddy says there is thing what the young clean that make ink squeeze that are hundred of years long at each well's hole." He paced again and laughed gaily. "I don't believe in the past, of course, as Biggie says, lives satisfied in. But we don't know, do we?" "Not certainly. I mean," someone shouted, "a squid couldn't come up out of the water." Could not." In a moment the platform was full of arguing just gesticulating shadow to laugh, stated this made the breaking up of snake fire best no generation argument that the fire was all important and who on tried to get the thing straight, the argument shared of bringing up fresh unpleasant matter. He could see a witness in the gloom near him, so he grabbed it from Miracle and below as loudly as he could. The assembly was shocked into silence. Simon was close to him, laying hand on the conch. Simon felt appeared necessarily to speak, but to speak in assembly was a terrible thing to him. Maybe he said hastily, maybe there is a best. The assembly cried out severely, and Relaf stood up in amazement. You, Simon, you believe in this? I don't know, said Simon, his heartbeat swear shocking him, but the storm broke. Sit down. Shut up. Take the conch. Suju. Shut up. Relaf shouted. Hear him. He is got the conch. What I mean is maybe it's only use. That was from Biggie shocked out of decorum. Simon went on. We could be sort of. Simon became intellectuality and his effort to express meaning is suddenly illness inspiration come to him. What's the direction then there is? As an answer, Jacques dropped into the uncomforting silence that followed. At the once crude expressive syllably realized was immensity. Those littleness who had climbed back on the twister fell off again and did not mind. The hunter were screaming with delight. Simon his effort fell about him in ruins. They laughed at him cruelly and he shrank away defensively to his seat. At least the assembly was silent again. Simon spoke out of turn. Maybe he meant it some sort of ghostly laugh lifted the conch and burst into the gloom. The lighted thing was the pale beach. Surely the littleness were nearly, yes, there was no doubt about it. They were huddled into a tight knot of body in the central grass. A flurry of wind made the palm talk and the noise made very loud. Now the darkness and silence made it so noticeable. Two greater Thornton repeated each other with an evil speaking that no one had noticed by day. Biggie took the conch out of his hand. His voice was a dignity. I don't believe in no ghosts ever. Jack was up to uncontrollable anger. Who cares what you believe, Fitty? I got the conch. There was the sound of a brief diesel, and the conch moved to and fro. You gave the conch back. Relaf pushed between them and got a thump on the chest. He wrestled the conch from someone and sat down breathlessly. There is too much talk about ghosts. We ought to have left all this for lightly hushed, and any more voice broke in. Perhaps that's what the best is, a ghost. The assembly was shaken as by a wind. There is too much talking out of turn, relaxed, because we can't have proper assembly if you don't stick to the rules. Has stupid again. Be carefully. Plan of this assembly had broken down.